What's up, everybody? Welcome to Rag House Radio, created to empower and promote girls and women in music, sports, and entertainment. We are here in Hollywood at Sunset Gower Studios on UBN Radio and TV for Authentic Culture Network. I'm your host, April Duran, and I'd like to thank my sponsors, Sundapple Boutique in Claremont, California, and also Dina Gale Makeup Studio in Yorba Linda. Without further ado, I would like to introduce the amazing woman, founder of the brand Too Pretty, Cary Williams. Hello, Cary.
Hi there. Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, thank you for being here.
For sure.
So awesome. You're such an inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
You have done so much. You're inspiring so many, and I want to say people, not just women and girls. You're inspiring people across the board with your brand Too Pretty.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So if you want to just go ahead and just throw out a basic history of yourself and how this amazing brand was birthed.
Right, born, exactly. So I, about 15, 17 years ago, maybe, I opened my first boxing gym in Northern California in Sacramento.
Awesome.
And I grew a chain of boxing clubs, and I guess I was good at business, and so we got really busy, and I needed to then become a coach, and then I became a boxing coach. And then I thought it was a little hypocritical of me to coach individuals and basically be in their corner while they were fighting and never had stepped in the ring before.
So you started as a coach. Who trained you to be a coach?
It was a high school friend that I had met that was boxing. So yeah, so basically I started coaching and then I wanted to be a fighter.
Oh my God. Cary Williams, the founder of Too Pretty, is a boxer. It's just amazing. Tell us about it, because we talked about it. Boxing's just not like running or anything. It's hard.
It is.
Physically and mentally.
It's, a lot of mental. So if you don't know how to face your fears, then when you step in the boxing ring, you absolutely do that. And you learn how to do that quickly.
I'm sure very quickly. Sink or swim, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it was challenging. Probably one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. And so besides, being an entrepreneur, but boxing's definitely hard.
So this is crazy, Cary, because you had kind of mentioned prior, you kind of did things a little different, where you were entrepreneur, then an instructor, then a boxer. So it
was definitely backwards, as in traditionally you would be an athlete, you'd be a coach, and then you would open a gym. So it was absolutely backwards.
And her first gyms were in Sacramento. Were you born and raised in Sacramento?
I was, hometown girl in Sacramento.
All right, so she's Sacktown. I have a lot of friends from Sacramento. And so then what inspired you to come down from Sacramento down to Southern California and launch this amazing brand, Too Pretty?
Based off of my boxing experience, I would be in the ring or just meeting people wherever, and they'd say, "Oh, what do you do?" And I'd say, "I'm a boxer," and they'd say, "Oh, well, you're too pretty to be a fighter." It was more of a doubting, kind of like you're not really capable of being a fighter because you look a certain way. So based off of my appearance, they thought I wasn't capable.
Oh, that's so funny.
And so, it started to bother me. And so I created a couple T-shirts. And, when I would box, they would say, "Oh, you're too pretty." But then they'd say, "Oh, you fight like a boy. You hit like a boy."
Yeah.
So the first T-shirts I ran with, they said, "Never too pretty to hit like a boy." Because that was my personal experience. And then I decided that I wanted to grow it a lot farther than, just having T-shirts at the gym, and really make a go of it. And it was kind of finding my purpose. And I felt like there were a lot of other women and girls out there that were doing non-traditional
stuff
and that would really resonate with the brand. Like, they would really get it. And that's definitely happened. So now 2 years ago, I launched a website and have started to roll with it.
Too Pretty. Off the Hook. They have so many cool, your merchandise is just across the board. From boxing to, I even noticed a rash guard because I longboard. So, baseball hats.
Right.
So What are your biggest, what do you think your biggest challenge was from growing the business? Like when you said you just, kind of threw out there a couple shirts, just, and then it created this thing. So what was your challenge then?
There's a couple of challenges. I think the biggest one is for me to go from a service business and gyms to retail. And so now I have a product. And so that's been challenging to really transition. And I'm learning a lot as I go.
Of course.
And then the other thing is that everything needs to be new all the time. All the girls are like, what's coming out now? What's next? What's next? So that's been a bit challenging as well. But I enjoy it, and I love to design new things, and I love to see the girls on the Instagram, and they're wearing it, and they're tagging, and they're just so excited when they get their stuff, and it warms my heart, really.
Oh gosh, I bet. I mean, just for somebody to be wearing a shirt or a sports bra or something that means all these things that you've personally experienced yourself, it is just really huge. And so what do we have that's happening that's up and coming for Too Pretty? I'm excited to dive into this because this is really awesome.
Well, I'll be on 2 TV shows coming up.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I have to Congratulations.
Thank you. One is Fit to Fat to Fit, which is a show on Lifetime. And I will be myself as a trainer. So it will be where I gain a lot of weight and I lose a lot of weight. So we've already filmed. I've already gone through the process.
Jeez,
and,
that's huge.
So everybody will get to see me eat junk food and not work out, which is not my nature.
Oh my God. Yeah, I would die because the endorphins, your body's used to that natural happy chemical that flows through. So how many pounds did you gain?
I can't say.
Oh,
I
okay,
wish I could. Yeah.
Oh, no,
but
that's
it was
fine.
a lot.
It was a lot. And that airs,
that'll be airing in about February
of 2018.
Of 2018. And then the other show I'll be on is Billion Dollar Buyer.
Woo! That's amazing.
Yes, and that's on CNBC, and that'll air in January. So it just kind of all happened, kind of fell in my lap. And the Fit to Fat to Fit show was a great experience for me, and they allowed me to really utilize the show to put the brand out, and which is one of the big reasons why I wanted to do it. But
of course,
I did get a lot out of it, though. The experience, it was very eye-opening. So.
Goodness, on so many levels, right?
Yeah.
The Fit to Fat to Fit, and then the Billion Dollar
Buyer, and I got to do some boxing with Tillman Fertitta, the new owner of the Houston Rockets.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So you're just growing. The exposure is just growing, and it's because you have an amazing product. So 2018, that's right around the corner.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what else you have in store. Like you said, it's hard. It's a challenge. You have to, just keep up. But you're amazing. Congratulations on all your success.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, of course. But really quick before we go off this live feed, I just want to let everyone know we will be recording an edited version of our interview. So you have to go on to Authentic Culture Network for Rag House and see this. It'll be available in 2 to 3 weeks. I just want to say that what you have happening and for Too Pretty, you're just such an inspiration. People are going to watch this. And so do you have any advice for anybody out there that they have this idea and they want to become an entrepreneur, launch their own, business?
The first thing that sticks in my head is don't overthink it and don't think it out too far because it'll keep you from doing it.
Right.
So you kind of have to dive in and you take calculated risks, but you have to take a risk. You can't be an entrepreneur without taking a risk. But don't think it too far out because it'll definitely, it deters a lot of people. So you just kind of go and it's like this. If you want a brand new car and it costs you a lot of money, you go out and you buy it and then guess what? You have to make those payments. So you just work the extra hours.
You're like, oh, payments. I forgot about that part.
Right.
Working, working
right.
for it.
But you make it happen rather than, thinking about how many hours do you need to work to get this car and then you never get it. So it's a little bit like that.
And you don't have days off when you're an entrepreneur.
No.
Every day is a work day.
Every day is a work day, absolutely. But if you're really loving what you do, and I have a purpose, and I really, truly believe that the purpose with the brand and for me as well is to empower girls and women and to really let them know you can take yourself out of the gender box. You
Absolutely.
do not need to do something because you're a girl, and you can do anything you want, even boy stuff.
Even boy stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget that. And you could do anything you want. Well, thank you so much, Cary Williams. But before we go, how can people reach you and your socials, please?
Sure. My personal social is Cary Lee Williams, and it's Cary Lee Williams. And Too Pretty Brand is the social for the brand, TOO, Pretty Brand. And that's pretty much for all the social platforms.
And your website is
and the website's tooprettybrand.com. And then my personal one is Cary-Williams.com. But if you Google the two names, if you just Google them, they should pop up.
Oh, of course, they'll pop up. Geez, you have so much going on. Now, if anybody wanted to reach out, or can they, or with any questions? Or
Absolutely, yeah. Any personal questions, go to my website. And anything about the brand, you can go to the brand website. But yeah, I love talking to people. Even message me on any of the social media platforms.
Quick
I'm always
response.
on there.
Quick response.
Absolutely. I will always get right back to you.
You're amazing that way. Cary Williams, ladies and gentlemen, founder of Too Pretty, also boxer, also entrepreneur, owning gyms. I had no idea until she came in today. This is April Duran, the host for Rag House Radio, created to empower and promote girls and women in music, sports, and entertainment for Authentic Culture Network right here at UBN at Sunset Gower Studios. Ooh, I said that all in one breath. I didn't mess up or stutter, but I also want to say thank you to Michelle, soundgirls.org. She's in the back lines right now learning the board for Rag House Radio. You guys have a wonderful evening, and thank you so much for coming, Cary Williams,
Thank
Too
you.
Pretty Brand founder. Have a good evening. Take care.